Hi guys, it's Summers here and welcome to the second part of episode 7 of my Squad Goals Career Mode series with Aston Villa. And as you can see, we are facing off against Newcastle United here in the Carabao Cup at home at Villa Park. This is the second leg of this particular game. We're already 1-0 up at this stage based on the previous game. And in our lineup for today, we have Horn in goal, El Mohammadi at right back, Upamecano, Zagadou in the centre with Henry at left back, McGinn, Mason and Maitland-Niles in midfield with the usual three up front for cup games. Straight out into the action and McGinn there with a really decent effort draws the save from the keeper. Nelson off away down the wing there. Thought he was offside for a moment actually, chucks it on into the box and we can't quite get there, but Nelson's managed to grab hold of the ball once more. Over to Mason. Mason with the effort. Ooh, it trickles wide, but it wasn't a bad effort actually from the youngster. Really slow motion, but the keeper's just watching it. Attack here from Newcastle as they start to apply some pressure. Knocks it up into the air there, the striker, and tries to follow it through with a strike, but can't quite get there as we managed to get that ball away. Nelson off down the wing into Brewster. Brewster with the through ball for Nelson. Can he get through and onto the end of it? And he's hits it, but he's dragged the shot wide. Second half's underway here, and we've got a corner. McGinn on the ball, takes it. Oh, cleared off the line there from the header. Maitland-Niles through to McGinn with the air shot. Mason, strong player, knocks it onto McGinn, and his almost zero backlift shot there was a really decent one. We didn't actually score any goals in that game. It was another 0-0, but we are through on the away goals, so I'll take that result. McGinn got 5 for his performance and Mason got 3. So that means the player of the month now, McGinn is top. Ware's got 11, Horn's got 10, and both Brewster and Bree have 9. And there's the other results from the other semi-final. So obviously we beat Newcastle on aggregate and Stoke City did the same against Everton. So we face off against Stoke City in the final. As we move out to an offer here that we've had in for Emile Smith-Rowe, which we've obviously rejected. We were keen to keep hold of the young winger. He has progressed quite nicely. And as you can remember, we paid £350,000 from him from Arsenal, so we would get quite the return on our investment if we decided to sell him right now. But as we move here into the next action of the episode, we're facing off against Manchester United in the FA Cup, and we've got an all-changed lineup as we try to take the fight to Manchester United. Only a few minutes here on the clock as Wagnerman chips one up over the top towards Weah. He goes down the channel, cuts back inside, and it's into Dicko, and Dicko's shot is blocked by the onrushing defender. Manchester United on the attack here, 20 minutes into the game, knocks one into the box. Great header, but a fantastic save there. Second half's underway here. Not much going on in the first half as we lob one into the box there, but it manages to come all the way through. Dicko knocks it into Bree. He knocks it back into the box, but De Gea is there to come and collect it. 65th minute, and Wagnerman's got away down the left-hand side. Cuts back, knocks it into Dozzell. Dozzell with the shot that gets blocked and into De Gea's hands. Wagnerman here on the left-hand side. Knocks it into the box. And it comes out to Sander Berge, who also loses possession. 88th minute here, corner for Man United, and they've scored. We've got done at the death by Manchester United. surely it is a typical Mourinho performance. Pegged us back all match and just basically mugged us at the finish. Just throws it on into the box there, and it's Shaparenko who doesn't get to the man. Bastoni's a bit caught on his heels, and it's a decent header. It's just one of those efforts that you can't really do much about. And with only a couple of minutes left on the clock, there was nothing we could actually do about it, and we've gone out of the FA Cup. It's not really such a bad thing, to be perfectly honest. I think concentrating on too many cup performances might have been problematic for us. But as we can see there, Wagnerman was actually the top player of the game alongside Dozzle, both of them getting 5 for their performance. The player of the month now is McGinn on 14, Dozzle's got further up the list on 13, Ware has 11, and both Horn and Bree have 10. Moving out to the training, we've got all the youngsters in the slots there as we try to obviously train up their attributes and make some improvement for them going forward. Lundberg, as you can see, has actually gone up by 1 overall. Previously on 68, he's now up to 69. As we face off against Stoke City, we're away from home in this tie, and as we can see from the league table, we're now in 10th position. Our lineup for the game is Horn in goal, El Mohammadi at right back, Upamecano and Zagadou in the middle with Henry at left back. We have Shaparenko, Maitland-Niles and McGinn in midfield, with Nelson, Brewster and Tavernier up front. Just under half an hour gone here as we start to take a look at the action, and we're passing the ball around quite nicely. Maitland-Niles has found Brewster there, who's now knocked the ball out wide to Tavernier. He's knocked it back into the box, and unlucky that cross there. It was heading towards Brewster, but the Stoke player managed to cut it out. As Stoke themselves have a decent opportunity, draw the save from Horn, but he can't stop that one. Driven high into the top left-hand corner there from Atibo. So we were just reeling from the first effort and trying to get back into our shape, but unfortunately the Stoke City player there has just been able to find some space and absolutely smash it past Horn. Three goals there for Atibo so far this season. Not bad for a player of his ilk.
The fourth official has indicated there will be
just before half-time here, he managed to get the ball clear, but not clear enough as it once again drops back out to Stoke. And another effort there from Atibo as he comes forward to try to score for Stoke. Moving on into the second half. Stoke once again playing with some particular verve, and Horn has to come to our aid and knocks that up over the top of the bar. Again, into Shaparenko. Shaparenko finds Nelson out wide. He cuts back inside and knocks it into the box. And very nearly there. We very nearly got on the end of that one. Comes out to Shaparenko and he takes an effort from distance. I'm not quite sure you're going to ever put that one away, Shaparenko. You need to be Maitland-Niles for those type of shots. And talking about those type of shots, McGinn has his own effort, but that was saved quite easily by the Stoke City goalkeeper. Nelson into Maitland-Niles. Maitland-Niles has found Brewster. Brewster with a through ball to Shaparenko, and he should have done better with that, Shaparenko. He's blazed it over the bar from quite a good position. He hasn't actually blazed it over the bar. It was my perspective that it went wide, but nonetheless it was still a very good opportunity. As El Mohammadi throws it into the box, but Stoke managed to get hold of it, knock it out, and Connor Mason here knocks it into Pugh, and Pugh just over the top. Didn't settle himself quite right there and knocks it over the bar. So it's a loss there against Stoke City in the league. Drop some more points as we try our best to meet our objective of finishing in mid-table. This game's top players were Horn with 8, Maitland-Niles with 6 and John McGinn with 4. And that means the player of the month so far is Horn on 18, McGinn on 18, Maitland-Niles on 14, Ware on 11 and Bree on 10. And because we've got such a jam-packed schedule, we're straight out to the next game of the season. We're at home this time and we're facing off against Burnley. Taking a look at the league table, and Burnley are in the heady heights of 4th position at this stage. We've dropped down to 10th place on 29 points, so we're 8 points off of our opposition in this game. Horn's playing in goal, Bree at right back, Giordano and Bastoni, the 2 Italians, playing at the centre, with Henry out left. Grealish, Berge and Dozzell are in midfield, with Maitland-Niles, Ware and Smith playing up front. Maitland-Niles gives the ball to Bree on the overlap, he cuts back, knocks it into the box. Oh, Smith Rowe was there waiting for the volley. That's a very strange knock back there to the goalkeeper off the knee of Bastoni, but we survived it nonetheless. And Dozzell's out on the left-hand side here, has lobbed the through ball up over the top to Smith Rowe. He gets into it, comes back inside and knocks it into the box. Wasn't quite long enough. Comes back out to Grealish though, and Grealish with the effort. Oh, saved by the keeper. Very smart shot there by Grealish, but saved by Nick Pope. Really good save there from Pope. Timothy Ware here, driving into the box. Hits it. Pope manages to save it once more. So we move out to the second half, and Jack Grealish there manages to steal the ball away, but he's lost possession. And decent shot there from about 25 yards, but Horn managed to gather it up. Bree here into Grealish. Grealish with a through ball. Very unlucky. Through ball there from Gudmundsson onto Hendrick. He's knocked it into the box, and he's got a man spare who's managed to turn as he approached the ball and heads it home. Barnes there with the header. So as we watch the replay there, Barnes spinning around and just getting his head onto it and knocking it past Horn. Free ball there to Jack Grealish, and he gets absolutely taken out by the opposition there. So we've got a free kick here. Dozzell currently standing over the top of it, just having a look at who else might be possible to take the free kick, and we've given it to Jack Grealish. 29 yards out, and he's hit the post. Such an unlucky effort there from Jack Grealish as we knock the through ball here to Maitland-Niles. Smashes it, hits the bar. Couple of chances off the woodwork there as Sean Dyche's team managed to turn us over for a 1-0 victory. And I think that's starting to become a theme with FIFA 19. A lot of chances hitting the woodwork, but nonetheless, this game's top players were Henry with 6 and Berge with 3, and that means that the player of the month so far is Horn with 18, McGinn with 18, Dozzell with 16, Maitland-Niles now with 15, and Bree with 11. As we move on out here to look at the Youth Academy, Bjorn Lundberg is now worth around £2.3 million, and we've opted to put him into the first team. Now here is what I've been waiting for the entirety of January. Been tapping up Marcus Rashford over the last few months. All the boys have been going out with him for drinks, etc., trying to get him on side for a deal that we can get him into the team and start to build around him and a few of the other players in terms of what we do going forward. So as we can see, his current wage at United is £170,000. He's asked for a crucial squad role, which we've accepted. We've given him a contract length of 5 years, and he doesn't want a release clause, which is a really big bonus to us. So let's see where we get on in terms of negotiations for the wage. We're going to start off at let's try £120,000 with a signing bonus of £350,000. and let's just see if we don't offend him with that kind of figure. Quite clearly my tactics have worked by sending him out with the boys, etc., because he's quite prepared to take a huge wage cut at £96,000. But have a look at those signing and appearance bonuses. They're not too bad when you consider the fact that we're getting a £50 million striker for basically on a free. But we're going to try and renegotiate things, try to improve that deal for us over the long term. So we're going to try £90,000 wage. We're going to go up to £950,000 on. 1.25 million on the signing bonus, and I'm going to completely remove the appearance bonus, and let's see where we get that deal going forward. So his agents come back to us. He's prepared to accept the signing bonus at 1.25 million. They've gone slightly up on the wage at 110,000, and I think we've got our deal there. A really good signing. Marcus Rashford will be a Villa player from next season, and we're going to have an exceptional squad moving into season 4. You know, Rashford and Timothy Weah as our striking options, with Brewster also in the background. We've got, you know, something really there to build upon, and I'm really looking forward to that. I'm not looking to sign anybody else in this particular window, just purely because of having done that deal with Rashford. It took quite a bit to put all that together, and I've got an offer here in for Zagadou. We didn't pay a huge amount for Dan Axel, but we've been offered 9 million from PSV. I don't want to sell the defender at this stage, so we're just going to simply reject that bid. As I say, we're not going to sign anybody else in this window because I don't feel that we really want to add any kind of stiffness to the squad. We've got quite a few decent players. We have sent quite a lot of players out on loan though, so it might leave us a bit short at stages. And obviously we've sold Chester from the centre-back lineup, but we have got a lot of players in that position to cover off with. So I think we'll be okay going into the rest of the season. We don't have too many games left in the season. They are obviously crucial games in terms of meeting the board's objectives, but I do see that we should be okay for the rest of this season. And at the end of the day, we can always call players back from their loan deals if necessary. 5 hours here left on the board in this transfer window, and we've got been told about interest being shown for Elite from Stoke City. Again, he's a centre back, so we won't be looking to sign him. He was just on my list of potential players. And we've got an offer here in from Manchester City to take Pugh on loan. We're going to negotiate it. I want to send him out on a short-term loan, ideally, so that we've got him back for the start of next season. So we're just countering the proposal that Guardiola's put in place, and now we're going to try to negotiate the wage demands and try to get a better deal for us in terms of the split. So we've gone 60-35. Guardiola's come back and said 50-50. Let's try our look at them paying 60% of the wage, and he's accepted that split, so that's worked out in our favour. So 5 hours left on the board, and as we can see, some of the deals scrolling through the other teams and how much money's been spent by our opposition. As you can see there, ours has just come up and we've got spent 0, but Rashford coming in. A transfer offer in here for Marcus Tavernier, another player that we bought for quite a small amount of money in the grand scheme of things, and hasn't progressed massively in terms of his overall, but he's improving all the time. I'm going to delegate this to our assistant manager, and I don't really want to sell him, so I'm going to overprice it massively, and I expect that they'll just walk away from the deal, but we'll put it in place anyway, just in case, and then if that happens, we'll try to make a signing in exchange. So Pugh's gone out to Manchester City, as we can see from the notification that just came up in the left-hand corner. And I think that's it for deadline day. Basically, all the deals have been done, and we've not had any other players exiting the team. So the negotiations have broken down for Tavernier, as we can see. So He's not moving out to Buenos Aires. As I said, I was overpricing him really, just on the basis that he might go for a pot more money than he was really worth at that particular point. So we're having a look at the players here that our scout has found out in Spain. We've got Juan Aguilera, who we're going to sign. We've got Feliciano Maldonado, worth £1 million already, age 17. His overall is between 53 and 73, with a potential of 73 to 94, and he's definitely getting signed up. And hopefully he will become a great player in the future. He's certainly got the stats, potential to become a great player, and already being worth £1 million. That's the highest rated scouted player I think we've signed so far in this series. So he does have some serious potential behind him. Hopefully he will become quite a good player. Just having a look at Fernando Pacheco and Ricardo Sanchez, because this is the last month of the scouts being out in Spain. So we need to make a decision on these players right now as to whether we're going to sign them up to the youth squad or whether we're going to just allow them to disappear. Pacheco we've signed up, the rest we've let go. Moving on to Luis Fraser. He's in England looking for keepers, and as we've said in the previous episodes, his job here was to find us another decentish keeper to help with one of the objectives. But whoever we find needs to be quite exceptional to get into the youth academy based on the players that we've currently got in our team, and one sitting in the youth academy at present. So Ethan Cook there doesn't have the overall potential to make it. Declan Hughes, he's overall between 51 and 65. He could potentially be signed up, and we've also got there Henry Mitchell, who doesn't have the potential. So we'll sign up the youngster there, and let's just hope we can get some progression out of him. Another Gordioni, I don't think we'll be signing him. Mancini, he's a no. Matteo Bruno, no. Fabio Fontana, he's worth £170,000 and has a decent potential. Daniel Guidi, again, has a decent potential. He's 15 and it's between 52 and 70 odd. So we're going to sign him up to the youth academy, and let's just see what we can do with those players. As we move out to the redistribution of the scouts, obviously they've just arrived back from their last scouting missions, but we'll start here with Connor Hill, the 5-star, 4-star scout that we've got. We're going to send him to England in search of another star, and we are going to send Alfie Rose, 4-star, 4-star scout, to Italy. And then we've got Lewis Fraser, the Scottish scout. We are going to send him off to... We're having a think about it. Germany's always been a happy hunting ground for finding players, so let's send him out there and let's see what we can get in the latter stages of this season. As we move out to the training for our youngsters, we can see that Cooper's gone up by 1 overall to 66, and Mason's also gone up by 1 overall to 62. That's the end of this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more FIFA 2019 content.